Petty Officer David Hoffman dug into the archives to find out more about what happened October 12, 2000. We also look at how the attack on Cole affected the Navy's training and procedures for force protection, damage control, and firefighting.
This is CNN Breaking News.
U.S. Navy officials in Bahrain today said suspected suicide bombers
badly damaged in a terrorist attack in Yemen.
American sailors were killed, injured, missing.
Yemen today, the USS Cole was maneuvered aboard the Norwegian heavy lift vessel Blue Marlin for transport back to the United States.
Jackson County plans to give the USS Cole a warm homecoming. The Ingalls ship was attacked in October at the port of Aden in Yemen.
It was in ET Shop 1, which is a shop just below the bridge.
I was in the operations office, 2 compartments away from the blast.
When I saw the captain running up through the bridge carrying a pistol, I knew that something had happened. Something bad had happened.
I was scared, just like everybody else. But after a while, your training kicks in and you start doing the things that you normally do in time of crisis.
If you were trained as a communicator, that's what you were doing. The HMs were back here triaging folks. You know, everybody went to their repair lockers, and it was just everybody was in auto.
Everybody acted the same amount of bravery, the same amount of courage, with the same amount of determination as the next guy. It was amazing.
Once stable, the Cole was transported aboard the Blue Marlin, a Norwegian heavy lift vessel, to Pascagoula, Mississippi for immediate repairs. While in the shipyard, tribute was paid to sailors who lost their lives by establishing a Hall of Heroes aboard the Cole.
The first flag is the flag that was flown from the Cole on the day of the attack. That flag flew until that ship left Aden Harbor. It was lit during the night so it could remain flying all through the night, and it was a symbol for that crew to keep fighting and never give up the ship. The second flag was one of the flags that was draped over the remains of those killed during the attack, and it's a reminder to our crew of the ultimate sacrifice they paid. And the third flag is the flag that was flown when the ship returned to the Gulf of Aden, the waters off of where the attack happened, and it really is a symbol that the terrorists and the extremists will not win, and we will always return. The 17 stars represent each of the 17 sailors killed on the attack in 2000. For my crew, it's a reminder every day that this is more than just a job, that it demands more of us, and that we have to give our best every day.
The attack of the Cole prompted a shift in damage control training throughout the Navy. Recruits attending basic training are trained and tested to respond to missile attacks, fires, and flash floods aboard the USS Trayer, also known as Battle Stations 21.
The events that they do on board the USS Trayer are modeled after Navy life on a day-to-day basis, but the general quarters events they'll do towards the end of their night here are all based on naval history. Events such as the USS Cole, where we will tie that history into the event they do so that they understand that the sailors out in the fleet have to be prepared for this at any given moment. When they go through what we call mass casualty, little things have been added for extra realism. Each space has a clock in it that is set at 11:18, which is the exact time the USS Cole was attacked. And it's just a reminder to the staff that work here as well as the recruits of what that space represents to us every night.
With the change in firefighting and damage control, also came a change in anti-terrorism and force protection.
We've just done a year-long process of taking an in-depth look at the entire Navy's AT program. We looked back at the shaping events that really shaped where we were, of which one of them was the attack on Cole, but some of the other ones included attacks on the embassy bombings in Africa, Khobar Towers, Mumbai, and even things as recent as Fort Hood. We learned from those lessons. We've come up with a variety of different places, and now we're providing those, our security forces and our sailors on board our ships, the tools also to be able to execute it and the training needed to. This is done via VBSS level 1, 2, and on up. Coxswain training. I mean, list goes on and on. Battle stations at boot camp.
USS Cole spent 14 months at Ingalls Shipbuilding for repairs. During this time, the Navy changed procedures for firefighting and force protection, so the Cole and its sailors rejoined the fleet better safer, and stronger. For All Hands Television, I'm Petty Officer David Hoffman.
USS Cole didn't rest long before the ship and crew returned to the fleet, and the Navy immediately improved training and procedures to maintain our security and superiority at sea. Battle Stations 21 is just one example of that training.